Also on Netflix, I caught London Has Fallen, the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, which I thought was the lesser of the two White House attack movies from that particular year. Now, London Has Fallen came out earlier this year, so maybe a few of you might actually watch this video. My understanding was that this wasn't a huge box office success, but in some ways it has set up a third. So we have President Aaron Eckhart. He seems to be campaigning for re-election, I guess. Kind of confused by that. I thought maybe he'd served a few terms by now, the way the events unfolded in the first movie. But Gerard Butler, he's his best buddy and the lead on Secret Service detail for the president. There's this terrorist activity. This guy's family got wiped out in a drone strike, and he has retaliation in mind. So, as everybody could have guessed, they poisoned the British Prime Minister so that there's a state funeral calling for all these heads of state to attend, and then they're able to wipe them out systematically. Not a bad scheme for the bad guys. And that's really about the highest thing I can say for this movie, other than for the most part it looked more expensive than the original. There are some bad effects choices. A lot of the action goes down as, look what we can do with extreme CGI because CGI. So, president's in a helicopter getting attacked. Oh, but we have to see the inside of it, and we have to see it get blown up from the inside and crash in one shot. Because technology. You know, if this was a Tom Clancy novel turn movie in the 90s, that plane crash would have looked a lot better. Because it would have been done sensibly and respectfully enough that we couldn't laugh at it. But that's not the case here. Oh, why don't we just have this faux extra long take of Gerard Butler shooting people? First of all, it's boring to not actually have editing and an action sequence. It really is. Second, disguising the cuts wasn't that convincing at all. I mean, God's sake. So, yeah, I mean, shit's unfoiling in very predictable fashion. There's a guy at Scotland Yard who's in on it. You can tell who it's going to be. This gal confronts him, takes him out instead of actually having more people around to arrest him. So what's it look like? Oh, maybe she could have been covering shit up. I mean, I'm just saying this isn't the way to go about it in a smart movie. A whole lot of F-bombs that I feel ruin the integrity of this. The characters don't seem that professional when they're always saying that, especially when it's the president and the Secret Service. And did we even see a Secret Service guy with the sunglasses? You know, the usual way they're supposed to look, right? Because I don't think we saw that. The action is ho-hum. The storyline very straightforward. Vice President is Morgan Freeman. And I swear there's this part where he shows up near the beginning of the movie so that he can have a scene with Gerard Butler. And it's like they're not actually in the same room. You don't actually see them in the frame together. Appears to be a stand-in for Morgan Freeman as he walks by. And then some CGI'd in stuff of him talking about this boat trip he went on. It's like you couldn't get Morgan Freeman, really. All you could get him to do was sit and orate during this whole ordeal and give a few commands. That's really about it. This really doesn't push any boundaries. It doesn't feel serious. The music's forgettable. The action's forgettable. The movie's forgettable. And I give London Has Fallen 2 out of 4 stars.